I think Buffalo is a great fit for me because I got a lot of ties with some of the guys and some of the coaches there. Coach McDermott, Eric Washington, and a lot of players, even Brandon Bean. So I think it's a great fit for me.
Hey, Mario, John Scott from Spectrum News here in Buffalo. I guess following with that, there are a lot of guys that you don't necessarily know. What has it been like acclimating yourself with a new team, but doing it virtually and meeting guys and trying to know guys through calls like this?
It's very different. It's very different. But, I never was a guy that was like, technology savvy. I'm sorry, I'm trying to turn this volume down. Fuck you, man. Yeah. It's like I said, like you just said, it's a lot of guys I didn't know, but I'm learning, man. I'm learning, different personalities, how we can bring this thing together and just play one sound, one ball. And so far it's been very cool, very fun. It's interesting, but I can't wait, man, to get up there and just see everybody face to face and just go from there.
Thanks. Welcome to Buffalo.
Glad to be there, man.
Mario, it's Josh Reed. I'm with the CBS station here in Buffalo. Welcome to town once, like everybody else said, once you finally get here. During the free agency process and kind of like the recruitment, if you will, how much did you get a chance to talk to Sean? And how much did he, being the head coach here with the Bills, persuade you to want to join this team?
I didn't talk to him as much. Maybe like, hey, how you doing? This and that. But I already kind of like Buffalo from the get-go because like we played against Buffalo last year in training camp. We had a joint practice, and I seen the coach of those guys, and it was very similar to the coach that we had in Carolina. And everybody played with each other, and it wasn't no selfishness on the team. And I like competing against the line, the O-line when we was in camp. Those guys was going hard. We was going hard. Did nobody get mad at each other. Everybody knew that we was there to work. And that's what made the whole thing fun. So in my mind, to be able to compete with those guys, at practice every day, I know it'll make me a better player. And I know I'll make those guys better. And in the scheme, man, what really made me choose that, it was Coach McDermott and all the guys that I said. But the scheme, man, I fit the scheme. I always was, even though I'm a hybrid, I can play, linebacker and DN. But to be able to have, leadership on the field with those guys coaching me will make everything much easier.
So this seed, just to follow up a little bit, this seed was planted in your head a little bit going back to camp that, hey, if I become a free agent, that's a program I wouldn't mind going to? Exactly.
Yes, sir. And plus, I love y'all colors. Well, I love our colors. Dope colors, man. I think I look good in that red and that blue, man, for sure.
Awesome. Thanks.
Okay, Mario, thanks for joining us here. I have a question and a quick follow-up. You've been incredibly consistent, like 5 years in a row now. What has been the secret, and you're going to be 33 in September, what has been the secret to your continued success, these last few years? And do you feel like you're a young 32?
Oh, man. I think I'm 25 years old right now. I don't think I'm about to be 33, man. I think I'm 25 to be honest. But my body feel good. I learned like the older I got, I gotta change things like my diet. Gotta eat better, take care of my body. I let go of a lot of sugars. I don't drink sodas no more. I don't eat snacks. I kind of lighten up the bread that I eat. So it's different things I can do to prepare my body for longevity. And that's what it was, man. And far as, the sex-wise, and these last couple of years, I've been very consistent because I got more opportunity. If you don't get opportunity to play on the field, then how you going to show the coach that you're worthy? So I had to gain respect from my coaches to show them that I can get the job done, and I did that. So every chance I got, I try to outdo myself. And I learned this too. Also, it don't matter what you did, last year. It's about what you can do now. So that's the main thing I do every year is put what I did last season, good or bad, and learn from it in the back of my head and go forward with the new season.
And then as a quick follow-up to that, I'm sure you've looked at the Bills roster. I mean, this is the number 2 defense in the league. If you look at the defensive line, I mean, there's 10 guys with legit NFL experience on the defensive line. Do you feel like you're gonna they have the ability to keep you super fresh here?
Yes. And when you have like more experienced guys, it make it easy for you. And at the end of the day, I'm a leader before anything. Even if we had younger guys, I was gonna mold those guys into experienced players right away, because they're what they're here to do. You're here to produce. So having guys, like Jerry and other guys that can do exactly the same thing that I can do, and may even do it better, it'll take a load off of me.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Mario, Chris Brown here. Just playing off of Mark's question a little bit. It is a heavy rotational system that Coach Frazier runs here with his D-line, as Mark mentioned, to keep guys fresh. How much rotation did you have in Carolina? And if you didn't have a heavy rotation, how much of an adjustment do you think that will be, where maybe you're only playing 45 snaps instead of 65 snaps?
I'm not selfish at all. I'm very, my motto, I like everybody to eat. And I learned this too in the past. It don't matter how many snaps you do. I mean, how many snaps that you get is what you do with the snaps that you do get. So, man, you can throw 30 snaps at me a game. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna make the best of every snap, and I'm gonna go hard every play. So it don't matter how many snaps I get, I'm gonna make it happen. But it's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be fun.
Thanks.
Hey, Mario, Sal Capaccio here, WGR Radio in Buffalo. Welcome to Buffalo. You sound excited. Two-part question for you. I know that you mostly played on the right, but you have played a little bit on the left. Is that the plan, to be on the left because Jerry plays a lot on the right here? And also your thoughts on Vernon Butler also coming to Buffalo, your teammate in Carolina.
I'm going to start off by saying I already ran it by Jerry. Got in the ear a little bit and said that we're going to have to play both sides. It's only fair if both of us play both sides, but, whatever I can do to help the team. If I have to play predominantly left side, I will. If I have to play the right side, I will. So it really don't matter to me. But like I said, over the years in my career, I played predominantly right side and left side like every blue moon. But if I had to learn the left side, I will. It's no biggie. But it'll be fun for both of us to, to get a heavy rotation on both sides. Vernon Butler, man, he's a phenomenal guy, a young guy that's eager to learn more. And I'm one of those guys that can light a fire up on his behind and get him going fast. So I'm happy that, I got, like I said, a familiar face that I just got through playing with this year. I done played with Starr, Jared. I done played with all those guys, Josh Norman, A.J. Klein, Dean Marlowe. I done played with all those guys. Darrell Williams, who's there now too as well. Get to compete against him a couple more years, So it's going to be the same, man.
What's up, Mario? Maddie Glab here. I'm one of the team reporters with the Buffalo Bills. Looks like you're at your training facility where you've been working out. We've seen a video of you on Bill's social media working out. So what have you been up to keeping in shape, and has it been different at all now that we're in quarantine?
So everything was going perfectly fine. I was working out with the guys, with the coaches and everything. Then boom, everything changed. So we went for working out, 5 times a day to you can't work out at the gym. Gym shut down. So good thing I had, most of all the equipment that I had at home. I never had to use it for real until now. But it's ways around everything. And I had to work out at home for like a week and a half. And then, they shut the gym down while I trained at. So me and a couple more NFL guys, we end up, kind of like almost sneaking to the gym because it's just us. without trainers and doing our own thing because we need like the field. They have outdoor turf field that we need to, to stay in shape on and condition ourselves on. So we kind of took it amongst ourselves to do our own thing here. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm at the gym where I normally work out at, and we're doing our thing.
Do you feel like you've been able to do everything you need to do to feel like you're 25 right now and head into the season healthy?
Everything that I need to do. I'm eating better. I'm training hard. I'm pushing myself. And, I'm also still learning, from a coach's standpoint. Zoom, we using Zoom, so everything's still the same to me.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Mario, this is Marcel Louis-Jacques with ESPN. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Oh, man. Can't really complain too much. Got a house, got a roof over my head and all that.
That's right.
But I got just a two-part question about your relationships with some guys on the Bills. Jerry Hughes, do I have this right that y'all roomed together back in Indianapolis?
Yes, sir.
So what is that friendship? What's that relationship like? And how much different will it be at this point, given where you are in your career playing together?
I think it's much better now that both of us is kind of established. When I first met Jerry, we were both young. He was the first round draft pick. I was undrafted. Both of us very competitive, and he was gonna win the spot no matter what because they had way much invested into him, and at the same time he still was a humble guy, very humble. And at the time when I was there, I was looking for somewhere to stay, and Jerry offered his home to me, and so I moved in with Jerry, and I tried to pay rent, I tried to pay a bill or two, and he kept turning me down. And that's why I'm always grateful for Jerry. He housed me. He took on the role as a vet when he was still in his second year as well. And Jerry probably his third year. That was my second year. Yeah. But he took on like leadership already. You know what I'm saying? Like took me up on his wing when he fragile like I am. And I'm very grateful for that. And so I'm glad to be able to, compete on the side of him, as we older, because both of us established. Now we can really, really tear him up. And then we stayed in contact with each other throughout the years because, both of us was predominantly playing the right side and we were playing mostly the same teams. So we were coaching each other up on how, to defeat the tackles. So we always stayed in contact.
That's cool, man. Yeah, it's like I said, it's cool that y'all are on basically the same level right now instead of, like you said, the first round pick. And now that you're established. But the second one is your relationship with Eric Washington. What is it about Coach Washington that you think draws so many players in? Because we got you coming in, then there's Vernon Butler as well. AJ Klein, of course, he's familiar with him. But what is it about Coach Washington that you think draws players to come play for him?
What coach? I like Coach Washington. I love Coach Washington mainly because he gave me an opportunity. When I got to Carolina, he believed in me and he developed me into the paras that I am now. When I first got there, I was a guy that I was just known for speed, and I thought my speed could do everything, like defeat everything. But that was just the beginning of everything. And he taught me how to, create and counter momentum off my speed, how to spin off my speed, how to use speed to power, how to speed my hands up. So it was much more to me than just speed. And it's like Coach Eric Washington unlocked everything for me. And he kept pushing me until bam, 1 year, double-digit sacks. And I was like, I'm talking about. Then he had told me, he was like, that ain't that Mario. You ain't even scratched the surface yet. And I was like, yes, sir. I kept saying like, yes, sir. And he wasn't lying. So everything he installed in me, it was through hard work. He told me like, if you don't grow in this league or you don't produce in this league, then you're bound to die in this league. Then once you get outside of the fence or the shield, in the NFL, it's hard to get in. and it's a million guys outside of there trying to take your spot. So he always installed words like that in my head and made me grind harder. And not only that, him and Coach McDermott, one of the guys that, you know, it ain't all about football. Like when they teach you life lessons, it's about real life things too, on and off the field. And trying to teach you how to be a better man, better husband, you know, better father, everything. So it ain't all about football. They always install, you know, real life problems and bringing it in and merging football with it and making it all seem it's the same.
Appreciate that. I meant to say Brian Cox, not AJ Klein back there, but no, I appreciate you, man.
It's cool.
Mario, Mookie Hawkins, Waffle Sports 1080. How you doing? Welcome to Buffalo.
Doing well, big guy. Doing well.
Yeah, I had the opportunity to speak with your former coach, Ron Rivera, during the Super Bowl. And, you know, he told me a little insight that, you know, he told me, hey, be on the lookout for a lot of guys from Carolina coming our way. And most in particular, he brought your name up. And basically he said that, you know, the Bills were after you last year, but, you know, he kind of held on to you. So just care to talk about how will these familiar faces give you the confidence to play to your full potential?
To my far as coaches wise that I have on the staff now.
What are the familiar faces that you're with now in Buffalo?
I got Brandon Bean. I got all these guys that I named, Eric Washington, Coach McDermott, you know, all the players. It feel good, man. For me, it feel like home already. And, you know, people can get lost, you know, going to a new team, you know, don't know what to expect, and they start stressing out and worrying themselves to death. I don't feel that way at all. I feel like, man, everybody that I play with is on this new team, and I'm on this new team as well. So it's like my second home. So it feel good, man. And I'm just ready to compete, man, and do all the things that I was doing when I was, you know, with Carolina. Now I'm on the, you know, better squad, man, better squad. And I learned, you know what I'm saying, familiar faces, and I learned, you know, different faces. And put them all together, man, we're going to have this great football team that we all want. So that's what I'm doing now, man, learning everybody, learning all the new guys, and even, you know, still learning the guys that I'm playing with too. Because it's a change for those guys too. We got different terminology, you know, and everything. So you just got to slow it all down, man, and just step in it, man.
Appreciate you. Can't wait to get you down here.
Can't wait to get there, man.
Hey, Mario. Jay Skursky with the Buffalo News. Welcome to the Bills. Over the last 4 years, there's only 10 players in the league who have more sacks than you do. I think most of those guys, though, maybe have gotten a lot more recognition than you have. Do you feel underappreciated at all with what you've accomplished over the last 4 years?
You know, I hear some guys be like, man, Mario, you like one of the most underrated players out there. And you always flying up on the radar, you know what I'm saying? They need to, you know, mention your name much more. You know, you done got shook out of the Pro Bowl a couple times. And I tell them, man, none of that matter, man. You know, I like to fly up on the radar. Because when I start defeating all these so-called great tackles and great linemen and make them look like they ain't that, it make me feel better. That's when I get my award. It don't matter what people say, you know what I'm saying? Oh, Mario, you should be glorified for this, glorified for that. I don't care about none of that. I just like to compete, help my team along. My teammates know what I can do, and I know what I can do. That's all that matters.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Mario, Matt Bove again. I guess I was just curious. I know you said that this kind of went back to Spartanburg when you were there watching the Bills practice, you know, when you guys did the joint thing. What is the perception of the Bills defense league-wide, you know, as somebody who's new to the team? Because it feels like they've kind of become one of those units these last couple of years that have earned a lot of respect. Is that something that other teams and other players are aware of?
Exactly. They do. The first thing that jump out to me about Bills defense was those guys having fun. And if you're not having fun on the field, then you're just playing for a paycheck. And the money is all, you know, it's good and dandy sometimes, but when you actually out there having fun, with your teammates, your brothers, that's priceless. You know, no amount of money can, you know, amount to that. But as I've been watching those guys, they got a swag to them that I play with. So I'm gonna bring my swag with those guys. We're gonna merge this thing together. We're gonna tear them up, man. We're finna tear them up out there, baby.
Thanks, Mario.
You're welcome, man.
Mario, it's Josh Reed again. Tremaine
Hey,
Edmonds.
John. Look, John. Hey, this your second question, man. Look, I gotta work out, man. You gotta send me some cleats or something, man. Hey, one more question, man. You gotta send me some water or something down here now. No, I'm just playing. Go ahead, big guy. I'm just playing, man.
I'm telling you what, there's not much going on in the sports world right now. So we get one of you players on the line, man. We're gonna bleed it dry.
You gonna work with, man. You gonna work with, man. It's cool.
That's
it's
right.
all good. It's all good.
Tremaine Edmonds just turned 22 years old. Between him and, you know, Tre'Davious White being one of the best young cornerbacks in the league, how much do you know about some of these young individual players, you know, especially because you guys had the joint practices together? You know, when you had a chance to see Tremaine Edmonds at 21 last year doing what he's able to do, and Trey White, what were your impressions of those guys?
I really don't know everybody by name yet, but I know by looking at those guys and all the cornerbacks, you know, on the defense side, and even the safeties, that they love to compete, and they love to break on that ball, man. They love to break on the ball, and they were coached to do, and they were eager to do it, and they were having fun when they was doing it. And I'm just happy to be a part of guys that who want to compete like that, because you know it's all about the rushing coverage. If I rush them, make them throw the ball bad, there you go, interception, or they break the ball, even knock it down. Or they cover somebody real tight, quarterback can't throw the ball, he hold on to it, foul, that's a sack. You know, rushing coverage, we work together. So you can't do it by yourself. And when you have guys who compete like that, it makes both sides of the ball, not both sides of the ball, it make, you know, the line and the coverage part easy.
Hey, thanks for your time. I appreciate it. Get back to work.
No problem, man.
Thanks, Mario. Appreciate your time, buddy.
No problem, man. Good? Anybody else?
Yeah, we're good, man.
All right, man. Hey, man, I want to thank you guys, man, for allowing me to come out here, man. Well, on this Zoom and talk to you guys, man. I appreciate it. And let's have fun this year.